Following Alanis's treachery and Jill's self-sacrifice, the Dragon Emperor Hades's imprisonment left Jill's destiny unclear, particularly after a fiery dragon's direct assault. Remarkably, her remains were nowhere to be found. Hades, confined to a cage, is seen being moved to his place of execution. The episode poses the critical question: will the Dragon Emperor face his demise? Share your predictions below. Jill awakens in an unfamiliar subterranean cavern, disoriented and questioning her location and the events that led her there. Observing water suspended above, she deduces her hidden location and then notices a dark dragon looming behind her. The dragon commends Jill's composure in its presence. Jill discovers the Black Dragon rescued her at the Crimson Dragon's behest. The Black Dragon questions Jill's claim of being the Emperor's consort, noting her lack of a golden band and magical aura, declaring her an imposter subject to capital punishment, with no chance of survival. It unleashes a potent fiery blast, but Jill evades the attack, seeking refuge behind a rocky outcrop. She attempts to persuade the dragon of the Emperor's imminent execution and her urgent need to intervene. Unmoved, the Black Dragon continues its assault. Jill deftly maneuvers behind the creature and escapes, stumbling upon a discarded dragon shell pulsing with intense magical power. Simultaneously, Lesty and her companions discover the dragon army's complete incineration of the forest. Their mission to rescue Emperor Hades remains paramount. However, having lost their dragons, re-establishing their tenuous connection will be no simple task, necessitating rest and recuperation. Ryuutei emphasizes the gravity of their situation, urging swift action. Hades, meanwhile, dreams of feasting in his slumber. He awakens to find Alicia offering him sustenance. He questions her gesture, given his impending execution. She expresses remorse and, with Vessel, implores their uncle to grant Hades a life of normalcy. Hades asserts his identity as the Dragon Emperor, rejecting the notion of an ordinary existence. Returning to Jill, the Black Dragon reiterates its skepticism about her status as the Emperor's wife, citing her lack of magical abilities. Jill counters, claiming true strength comes from selflessness. Harnessing the eggshell's magical energy, she delivers a mighty blow, felling the Black Dragon. Behind it, she discovers a dragon egg, intrinsically linked to the Dragon Emperor's birth, nourished by his heart, destined to hatch in a decade. Jill inquires about Rafi. The dragon confirms its knowledge. Naturally, a decade, or even 2, falls within the expected time frame. Yet, should the Emperor perish before its emergence, his heart will sustain it, birthing a monstrous entity. Perhaps this is the Dragon Emperor's intention, to unleash a curse upon the world after his passing. Comprehending the dragon's implications, Jill approaches the egg, offering reassurance and hoping for its swift hatching. The egg stirs, alarming them both. The Black Dragon explains the golden-eyed Black Dragon's need for a companion, a 300-year wait. Icatsalis, Lisa murmurs. That, Jill offers an apology for her earlier attack, which the Black Dragon dismisses, suggesting an apology for her impertinence is more appropriate, citing her frustration with the egg's delayed hatching. The dragon admits to ceaselessly guarding the unhatched egg, a vigil now abandoned. Jill urges the dragon to join her in saving Hades. Hesitant to leave the egg vulnerable, the Black Dragon receives Jill's reassurance of Zenkafo's periodic watchfulness. A knocking sound emanates from the egg, hinting at its imminent hatching. Agreeing to aid their master, the Black Dragon offers Jill a ride, taking to the skies. Before ascending, Jill questions their strategy. The Black Dragon instructs her to hold fast, promising near-instantaneous travel. Airborne, Jill inquires about their destination. The Black Dragon indicates their course towards her companions nearby. Jill then requests the dragon's name. Nameless, the dragon allows Jill to bestow the moniker Stake, which it declines. Concurrently, Alicia and Hades converse. Hades questions Jill's plea for mercy on Alanis's behalf. Alicia claims pity motivated her actions, observing Hades's predicament of having to execute his betrayer. Hades refutes any sibling connection to Alanis. Alicia laments her failure to fulfill her sisterly role. Hades remains unmoved by her words, while Alicia expresses regret for her inadequacy as an elder sister. Until next time, Lawrence, Camilla, and Zeke huddle around a fire for warmth. Lawrence notes they still possess Hades's prepared provisions. A dragon approaches, revealing a joyous reunion with Jill. Ryuutei questions her use of a black dragon, which Jill clarifies is not solitary but one of many. The sheer number of dragons astounds them. Jill reveals the black dragon summoned them. Amongst the dragons, Ryuutei identifies a familiar face, expressing gratitude to Jill. Jill inquires about their present circumstances. Zeke explains their flight led to the loss of Saudi and the valiant Bear Emperor. Jill rejoices at the Bear Emperor's courageous defense. She requests Lawrence's aid in repairing Saudi, which he readily accepts. Despite their limited numbers, their resolve to rescue the Emperor remains firm. Their counteroffensive commences. Alincha's guard reports Prince Ristiard and the Black Dragon's assault, relaying the same information to Princess Nzaya, prompting Anzia's swift pursuit. Rafi remarks to Hades about the apparent acceptance of the lady. Hades confirms her status as the dragon's wife, blessed by Rafi and his cherished bride. Jill confers with her comrades. Lawrence observes their advantage lies in mobility, anticipating their defeat upon the arrival of reinforcements. He tasks Prince Ristiard with diverting the enemy while they extract the Emperor. Princess Nzaya's forces launch a volley of arrows, easily deflected. Locating Princess Nzaya, Jill engages her, revealing her knowledge of her survival, despite her uncle's claims otherwise. Instructing the dragons to secure Hades's escape, Jill discovers a lethal magical barrier encasing the carts. Nzaya launches an attack, which Jill effortlessly parries. Ntetnza expresses disbelief at Jill's resistance despite her suppressed magic, shattering Jill's blade. She demands Jill surrender, promising Hades's safety. Jill furiously questions Nzaya's betrayal and her failure to remain Hades's successor, holding her sword against Hades's throat. Prince Ristiard arrives, demanding an explanation from Nzaya for her betrayal of Hades, expressing his past trust and present disappointment. Nzaya confesses to betraying Hades to safeguard her younger sister. Ristiard condemns her actions as unbefitting the Raffae family. Nzia intervenes, protecting her brother from their uncle. Ristiard greets Jill's unexpected survival and prepares to attack. He challenges his uncle's allegiance, questioning his support for his uncle over the Dragon Emperor. He pleads for an end to the pointless conflict, questioning the influence exerted upon his sister. His uncle questions Hades's suitability as emperor. Astiard counters that, after the burning of an innocent village, Hades is preferable. He asserts their uncle's illegitimacy within the Imperial family. Ristiard attacks, but his uncle swiftly overpowers him. Nzaya offers to resolve the situation, proposing to handle Ristiard. The uncle berates Nzia for her misinformation, which hindered Hades's escape and led them into an ambush. He further challenges her claim to belonging to the Imperial family. Nzia urges discretion regarding this information. Her uncle insists Ristiard must know the truth, citing a letter discovered in his older brother's room revealing an affair between her mother and a guard after Vizel's birth, illegitimizing Vizel's paternity. Ristiard reels from the revelation of his lack of blood relation to Hades, questioning how Hades could be the Dragon Emperor. Distressed, he acknowledges their deception and the need to publicly acknowledge the Dragon Emperor's rightful rule, proposing to rectify their fabricated existence. Ristiard's uncle rejects this notion, declaring Hades the mistake and vowing to uphold the existing order, proclaiming himself the Emperor of Rafi. Nzaya argues the possibility of a peaceful resolution, given Hades' ignorance of the truth. The uncle disregards their pleas, intent on killing Hades and Jill first, denouncing Jill's curse upon the family and Hades's disruptive influence, blaming Hades' existence for the suffering within the Raffi Empire. He attacks Jill, only to be confronted by a startling apparition of Hades.